Hey folks, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to go over the second paycheck of February. I'm just going to show you the setup, and then I'm also going to talk about how I'm going to redistribute the funds. Um, so let's just grab our glasses and get right to it. All right. All right, I did have a balance forward from, oops, here we go. I have the wrong part. I did have a balance forward from the first half of February, which was 126.67. It was a little over what I anticipated bringing in. I used some points from my credit card statement that I earn points with purchases. So I went ahead and cashed those in and I went ahead and applied it directly to the account and added that here. I had a little cash that rolled over, which I just marked in. And, I will be pulling from savings. The amount is going to be a little bit different because I'm have a change of plans. So last check-in, I noted that I had an $80 interest fee, and I was thinking that was wrong because I was remembering that my agreement was that so long as I paid the adjusted balance, then the only thing I had to pay was this service fee to enter into the agreement. Well, that's sort of correct, but the adjusted balance that they have on my statement is the actual adjusted minimum payment. So obviously the minimum payment is just what you're supposed to pay, but it doesn't keep interest from being charged on I guess, the average daily balance. The amount that I've entered into the agreement with, which is actually only around $2,000 at this point, is not subject to interest, accruing interest, but the other remaining balance was. And because the balance was around, give me a second while I look that up. The balance was around $6,000, then the difference between the two was what I was paying the interest on. So that just reiterates that I need to really focus on that expense, that debt, before I do anything else. Fortunately, my season tickets, well, first of all, I have till May 23rd before I even have to pay them. But that really doesn't help me. It doesn't help me get it paid. I mean, I can still start socking away money until May, but why not just go ahead and set up the payment plan, because they do it without any they don't make you pay any interest. They don't make you pay some $20 fee to do it. It's just straight your amount due divided by the number of months that you're going to pay it. So in doing that, I would have to do a $100 deposit this month, or by May 23rd, but I would just do it this month. And then I would pay roughly $160 a month until October. And given everything, the amount that I would save by paying it early, I think would be less than the interest I would accrue um, if I didn't use the money I saved for this for the debt. So overall, it's a better plan to go ahead and get the debt down than save 5%. It saves me money doing that. So that's what I'm going to do. The money that I put in when I got paid, I went ahead and transferred it. Well, I'm actually going to just keep it there. And at the end of this cycle, when everything is closed out, I will take the money that is in the season ticket bucket, minus $100, I suppose. Maybe I'll just use that $100 to pay for the um, oh my gosh, I can't talk, the deposit. I'm going to take whatever's left over plus what's in that bucket, and I'm going to apply to the U.S. Bank. And I have it kind of calculated out on another page, and I'll show you that in just a second. And I think that's going to be the best plan to avoid additional fees, which is really what I'm trying to do. I have enough money to pay for everything, right? It's like it's all here, but to bring the debt down, I have to adjust something. And I guess this is what we all do. This is what we all have to do when we have debt, is we have to make adjustments to either our lifestyle or to, how we're paying things, particularly if we can pay it, you know, um, without any fees, then obviously that's a good choice. So let me take you over here. And this is where I have 1,230 in the season tickets sinking fund. So again, at the end of this pay period, I'm going to use that 1,230 to apply to the U.S. bank debt. In addition to that, any amount of dollars, if it's $10 or $150, it's going to go towards that debt. At the same time, I will set up that payment plan for the tickets. The numbers are, it's going to be $1,275. I have to give them a $100 deposit. If I take the remaining balance and divide it by the number of months that I'll be paying, which is March through October, it'll be $160 a month. The draft, and I know this because I did this last year, it comes out roughly around the 15th or 16th, is depending, I'm pretty sure it's usually after the 15th. It takes them a day or two to post. So that is how I'm going to do this, and I think this is a smarter move than just paying my season tickets outright. Let me go show you how I sort of calculated what I want to do with that debt. I just kind of ran some numbers, did like a plan. That's what I call it, the plan. So when I got the statement the other day, it was, they said the adjusted balance was 1,828. It was due by March 10th. The actual balance is 6,533. So looking at this, what I did was I just kind of ran the numbers. I took the points off that I applied. And then at the end of the month, my leftover plus the savings that are earmarked for the tickets, I think will add up to $2,100. It's going to be pretty close. And that's if I stay on track for no spend and I don't have any emergencies that come up between now and then. Now, I will be paid on February 28th, but the first of the month is a very heavy bill paying period. So I don't anticipate having a whole bunch of money from that paycheck to be able to add more money by March 10th. But I am estimating roughly $500. Obviously, I'll put more if I can. If something urgent comes up, of course, I will have to deal with that as well. But that'll bring the remaining balance down to $38.93. From what I can gather, that will reduce the interest quite a bit. If it was $83, I'm hoping it'll bring it down around 40 or so. I guess there is such a thing as a calculator. What is 19%? But the problem is I don't know exactly what this remaining agreement is. I think it's $1,800, but I'm not sure. Let me see what this does. 3893 minus 1828. So 2,000 times 0.19. So that's, well, that's not, I don't even, I can't, I don't even know how they calculate these things. I'll be perfectly honest with you, because that's not No, that's not what they're going to charge me. I have no idea. It's hard to say. Well, I'm hoping it'll be less than $50. It'll probably be around $40. That's just my guess based on what I paid last month and how much the balance is and how much it's been reduced. So that's the plan. I'm hoping I'll be able to stick to that. When I check in next week at the weekly check-in, we'll see how I'm moving along with that plan. We won't be able to be at a point where I'll know for sure whether it'll be $2,100 or less, but at least we'll see if I'm able to not have anything come up that is urgent. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to go over that and, share my thoughts on how I worked that out. Um, if you were in this position, would you just say, forget the season tickets. We're just not going to go to the games anymore, at least until I get my debt paid off? Or would you have said, okay, yeah, we're still going to go to the season, we're still going to go to the games, we're still going to, have that fun, because that's what I thought is like, why am I doing this if I've got so much debt? But then I think I've got to live. I need to have things to do with my family that connect us, and this is something that does that. Both my adult children and my grandchildren, or at least my older grandchild. My younger grandchild does just you know he's sort of doesn't like really to go to the games, but is kind of interested. But that's probably an age thing. So, that was my decision. I'm just curious if you may have made a different decision. And if you do, what would be your what would be the reason for your decision? I'm just curious. Because sometimes I think in terms of my own brain and how I think of things, but I don't know if those are like sound reasoning, or if it's just a feeling that I have that yes, we just need to be able to live. I still think it's reasonable that this period of time, maybe 2 or 3 months, where I'm focusing solely on bringing down this debt, that I can't completely change everything about my life. Just adjust for those few months and then move on with things reasonably as they were. Um, of course, with the caveat that I am trying to understand my expenses better for retirement, right? So I don't know. I'm just curious what you guys think. That wraps it up. I think the next video will probably be the weekly check-in next Friday or Saturday. Um, and then that's going to be it. I'll talk to you guys then. Bye.